So to be a South Asian woman in addiction is unheard of. There's so much stigma and shame around it just because of the cultural expectations of South Asian women, where there's so many expectations, but being in addiction or having mental health problems or experiencing trauma isn't one of those things that are part of those expectations. But people kind of made an assumption on why I was exhibiting those behaviours and kind of put labels on that. So I entered sort of treatment with Turning Point in 2019. Initially, because it was established that I was alcohol dependent, the first sort of protocol was sort of getting me into detox. But the more Dilesh spoke to me, he sort of realised there was a lot of underlying traumas that kind of were the primary problem that had led to the addiction. So then it was put to me that actually going to rehab would be a really good thing for me. I got time to focus on what I wanted in my life. And one of the things I've always wanted to do was to graduate. But alongside that, of course, I did peer mentoring and I started to run the prehab group. Recovery has opened the door to, I guess, me achieving my dreams and so much more.
I've tried numerous things. I've worked with Turning Point I think I was the first guy in Leicester to get a CRO order, which is a community rehabilitation order. I've tried everything. I've funded private detoxes myself about 16 times, 17 times. Nothing worked for me. But this, for some reason, it works and you've got all the help that you need at just one place. Since I've been here, I've been now, I think, about 11 to 12 months clean. This is the first time in 30 years and that's a big thing.
For a long time in our community, there was a stigma, and because of that stigma, people missed out on help. We were just members of the community, and over a period of time, we had more and more people, individuals coming to us, asking us for support. So we reached out to Turning Point. They listened to us and they've supported us on our journey. And as we've grown and as the needs of our organisation has grown and as we've developed, they've supported us as part of that.
So peer mentors play a vital role within treatment. So they offer that support, they have the lived experience, they speak the language, they understand the cultural barriers, and they're able to bridge the gap between recovery work, lived experience, and offer a different kind of valuable support. Leicester is known as a microcosm of diversity, so there are many challenges and barriers that can be perceived, but within the diverse community teams we're able to break down barriers in terms of encouraging and raising awareness about a taboo subject, which is substance use, alongside mental health and all these other taboos. Because working from the community, you have to be a member of the community.
There was a lot of help available, especially for the family side. My wife as well, she could see a counsellor here, and that made it a lot easier, especially being in the area as well. It's much easily accessible to walk into a place and not being judged.
What happened over a period of time working with our service users is that we realised that the mothers and the sisters were often the hidden victims within addiction, and there was no safe space for them to go, and we started to form groups. We then approached Turning Point and said, look, we've got this unique piece of work that nobody else is doing, and they funded the post of our female worker. So that's allowed us to support in the increasing number of female addicts that we have within the area and in our community.
I just think it's important for other women who are experiencing what I'm experiencing, or even for parents who have daughters that are going through addiction, to understand that it's not an isolated situation. There's many, many women out there that have experienced the traumas I've experienced and also addiction, But by talking about it, it opens the door for people to get help, because addiction does not discriminate. It affects anyone. No one is exempt from addiction.
Before they come here, many see their life as either jail, incarceration, ill health, mental health, potentially suicide. But we want them to be able to reimagine that future where they can be happy, they can be successful, all the things that many of us take for granted. So nobody who wants help should feel that I've got nowhere to go, that there's something for every person everywhere, and that is our vision and that's our hope and our dream, really.